Hello everybody, welcome to TDN Weekly episode 7. I'm sorry there wasn't an episode last week. There were some audio problems and everything just got messed up, so we didn't actually end up uploading anything. There's not a whole lot of news this week, but there are a few things, so here we go. First of all, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige talked about the villains that we can expect to see in the Spider-Man Homecoming sequel. We are excited to use characters that you haven't seen before on screen, so that narrows it down a little bit in terms of who will pop up next. Spider-Man has an embarrassment of riches when it comes to villains, and there are a lot that haven't been touched upon. It's those that we will be looking at first. Just a spoiler warning for Spider-Man Homecoming, I'm going to bring up something that was in the film that if you haven't seen it, you may not want to listen to, so if you haven't seen the film, you don't want to know any spoilers, mute the video now. So we know the Scorpion exists in the MCU because the guy who showed up in the first post-credit scene for Spider-Man Homecoming, who was talking to Toomes in jail, had a Scorpion tattoo on his neck, so we can assume that Scorpion will be the villain for the Spider-Man Homecoming sequel. End of spoiler. Remember that as it currently stands, the second Spider-Man solo film is the final film that Marvel and Sony are working on together. Hopefully they will re-up their deal and continue working on Spider-Man together once they see how well Spider-Man Homecoming is being received, but we're not sure how it's going to work out yet, so we just have to stay positive. Sticking on comic book movies, DC is officially bringing Justice League and Aquaman to San Diego Comic-Con this year. I get Justice League being in there because Justice League is coming out in November this year, so they will probably have another teaser or another trailer that they're bringing for us. But in terms of Aquaman, they did start filming in like May, but the film isn't coming out until December next year, so we will probably get a teaser of some kind given that they've already started production, but I don't think we're going to see a full trailer for a while yet. Sticking with comic book movies, there have been some rumours, some reports going around on Magneto's role in XMen Dark Phoenix. So XMen Dark Phoenix is rumoured to showcase the island of Genosha, which is basically this island that Magneto has, which is a kind of safe haven for all of mutants, and that kind of explains what he's been up to since the events of X-Men Apocalypse. These are all just rumours right now, this isn't confirmed by anything, so this is kind of all just speculation at the moment, but once we get some more solid info, we will let you guys know. And finally, Arrow Season 6 has begun production with the first episode titled Fallout. Obviously, at the end of Arrow Season 5, we saw Leah New being blown up by Adrian Chase, so it was kind of suggested that everyone on the island died, but I'm not a huge fan of endings like that because obviously not everyone on that island did die because they're not going to kill like 6 or 7 of the main characters, so Season 6 has begun production officially, and that will probably air around September-October time. And that will do it for us this week on TDN Weekly, guys. If there's sometimes not a lot of news, we will be doing some Q&A episodes, so if you've got any questions about the MCU, the DCEU, or the Fox Marvel universe, or TV shows, or anything like that, make sure you let us know in the comments below and we'll get to those questions. Make sure you're checking out thedropnews.com, where we post a bunch of articles every single day on movies and comics and TV and gaming, everything that you love. Make sure you're following us on social media, and the podcast is now officially on iTunes, so go to iTunes, search TDN in the search bar and make sure you subscribe to that. If you guys want to follow me on social media, all the links will be down in the description below. Hit subscribe to this YouTube channel and we'll see you guys next week.